In this video, we are going to understand the functioning of the restriction enzymes, or why are they considered as an indispensable tool of recombinant DNA technology. Let us try and understand. When restriction enzymes are used, they basically cut the DNA into fragments. Now, each restriction endonuclease enzyme identifies the recognition site. The first and foremost is the identification of the restriction site, where this enzyme will cut the two strands of DNA. The recognition site or recognition sequence, it normally consists of 4 to 8 nucleotides, and this is a special nucleotide sequence because it is palindromic sequence, palindromic nucleotide sequence. What does palindromic nucleotide sequence mean? When we talk of palindromic DNA, palindromic DNA. A palindrome in DNA is a sequence of base pairs that reads same on the two strands. That is, if we say in other terms, a palindrome sequence is a sequence made up of nucleic acids within double helix of DNA or RNA that is same when we read it from 5' to 3' or the other way, that is 3' to 5' on the other complementary strand. It is also called as inverted reverse sequence. So if we see over here, G, A, T, T, C, suppose this is one sequence and the ends are 5' and 3', the other complementary strand will have C, T, T, A, G. So when we read it from this side or when we read it from this side, it is same. The complementary are there, but this is a palindromic DNA or palindromic DNA sequence. The term palindrome was first given by Wilson and Thomas. They gave the term palindrome, and it is very important because restriction endonuclease identifies this palindromic DNA sequence, and then which is the recognition site now, and it cleaves the DNA fragment over there. Now there are two methods as mentioned over here, the sticky ends and the blunt ends. There are two types of DNA fragmentation. Now certain restriction enzymes cut the DNA strand a little away from the center of the palindrome site. So suppose this is the palindrome site, this is the palindromic sequence, and it will be acted upon by restriction enzyme. So if we take, for example, EcoR1, that is the enzyme which is used for cutting or creating the DNA fragments. So it will, this is the center of the palindrome, this is the center of the palindromic sequence, but this enzyme will cut it slightly away from here. So it will be cut from here, and again another cut will be from this side. So it is actually, it is away from the center. The center is here and it is slightly away from the center, and this side also it is slightly away from the center. Now, but between the, it is cut is actually away from the center, but it is between the same two bases on the opposite strand. So you observe over here, this is the place where it has been cut, and same place over here where this is being cut. So it is the same basis but opposite strands. So it is this type of fragmentation. Now the restriction enzyme 2 normally they recognize short palindromic sequences. Now this actually creates uneven, when we call it, they creates the sticky or cohesive ends. These are known as sticky or cohesive ends. When the cut or the fragmentation is a little away from the center, then that type of restriction endonuclease produces the sticky ends. In this case, this is sticky ends, or we call it as cohesive ends. Sticky ends or cohesive ends. Now, these sticky cohesive ends or cos sites, all these terms we are using for the one thing when the DNA, palindromic DNA is being cut. So these sites are used for the formation of the recombinant DNA. The reason is because in such cases the bases can readily form hydrogen bonds with their complementary cut counterparts, and they will form the bond formation with the help of enzyme ligase. So sticky ends are normally used. Now suppose over here if we see, let us understand this with an example. Suppose this is the vector DNA. This is vector DNA, and using this EcoR1, this fragmentation has been done. Now, the other DNA is of the foreign DNA. Again, the sequence will be same: GAA, DDC, and CTTAAG. The sequence is same. In this case, this is foreign DNA. The cut in this case over here again will be at this point and this point. Now this will result into the formation of the sticky end, that is CTTAAG. This is vector I am writing, and this one will have another sticky end, that is AA. Cut over here, so it will be GAA, TTC. This is another complementary strand, right? If it cuts over here. Now this is, we are talking of the foreign DNA, that is FDNA. It will now pair up as GAA, TTC, that is one DNA complementary. Its complementary will be CTTAAG. Now this will be your recombinant DNA. So these actually help in cutting, because over here this is cut away from here. Let's suppose the cut is the restriction enzyme, since it cut away from here, it can be, the cut can be over here. It's a continuous sequence, so the cut is here. As a result, the two sticky ends are produced, and these sticky ends will be joined with the help of, this is over here we are using EcoRI. EcoR1, Now this is vector DNA, it has been cut with the help of enzyme, then again the second foreign DNA has been cut, and as a result now the pairing up takes place. Normally hydrogen bonds and phosphodiester bonds are responsible for the ligation or joining, and enzyme ligase is being used. They are called sticky ends because they readily form the bonds. Now another type of restriction enzyme which we are talking is the type of enzyme that actually cuts the DNA from the center. So suppose if this is the palindromic sequence, suppose this is the palindromic sequence, now the other type of restriction endonuclease will cut it from the center, will cut from the center of the palindromic recognition site. This results in the formation of the blunt ends. These are the blunt ends, and over here these enzymes are not useful in the production of the recombinant DNA because they cannot produce the recombinant DNA over here. The cut is same over here and here. It cuts towards the center, and as a result the blunt ends are produced which do not form the hydrogen bonds. So the difference between sticky ends and blunt end is that sticky ends are created due to the action of the restriction endonuclease slightly away from the center of the palindromic DNA sequence or the recognition site. That produces sticky ends, and that readily forms the hydrogen bonds, and as a result the recombinant DNA is produced. The blunt ends on the other hand are produced by the restriction enzymes which cut the palindromic DNA at the middle, and as a result the blunt ends are produced which cannot be used for the formation of recombinant DNA. Now there are other type of enzymes. When we were talking, one of the tools of the enzymes are the ligases and polymerases. Ligases enzymes are known as molecular scissors. They are known as molecular scissors. Now, they are the enzyme that catalyze the formation of phosphodiester bonds between the nucleotides. So, what is their function actually? Suppose this is one nucleotide sequence and this is the other nucleotide sequence. They will help in the formation of phosphodiester bond. They will help in the formation of phosphodiester bond and join the fragments of the double-stranded DNA. Now, their functioning requires phosphate group at 5' carbon. So, the phosphate group should be present at 5' carbon. Phosphate group should be present over there, and at 3' of the adjacent nucleotide. Now ligases were isolated by Wess and Richardson, and when we study we find that T4 DNA ligase is most widely used type of ligase enzyme. This is the second type of enzyme which is used in recombinant DNA or rDNA formation, that is recombinant DNA formation. The third type is the DNA polymerases. DNA polymerases are those enzymes that synthesize new molecules of desired DNA or rDNA. That is, they help in DNA replication, or they form the new uh, kinds of new DNA, nucleotide for the recombinant DNA.